Very, very sad news. PGA Tour golfer Grayson Murray passed away yesterday morning. Now, Grayson Murray is only 30 years old. He has a couple wins on the PGA Tour. He's a guy who kind of hovered in the top 50 rankings. But obviously, when anybody that young dies suddenly like that, there's going to be a lot of questions about what exactly happened. He withdrew from the tournament the day before. He said he didn't feel good, just marked it as an illness. And then the next morning, he's gone. He's passed. And there's a lot about this that feels strange and doesn't feel good to hear. But let's get into some of these details. PGA Tour golfer Grayson Murray dies at 30 years old. Murray had withdrawn from the Charles Schwab Challenge with an unspecified illness during Friday's second round in Texas. We were devastated to learn and heartbreaking to share the PGA Tour player Grayson Murray passed away this morning. I'm at a loss for words. PGA Tour is a family. When you lose a member of your family, you're never the same. We mourn Grayson and pray for comfort for his loved ones. Monahan, PGA commissioner, had said he's spoken to Murray's parents to offer condolences, and they'd asked that we continue with tournament play. And this is, as an aside, this is the second week we've had like something really crazy and tragic happen during a PGA Tour event. Last week we had the Scotty Scheffler incident following a pedestrian death, which is tragic in and of itself. And Scotty Scheffler ends up getting arrested. Now we have some other crazy stuff happen to the PGA Tour. And it is important to note that Grayson Murray did struggle a lot with mental health issues. He struggled with depression and alcoholism. There is no cause of death listed. People are very broken up over it. People he played with, his friends, it's pretty heartbreaking to watch them speak about it. But just a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough whenever an athlete, especially a young athlete during the prime of their career, just suddenly passes away, man. It's never obviously a good thing. This is tough, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, 30 years old is very, very young. I mean, I don't think we've seen anything like this where an athlete pulls out of a tournament. And he actually played well before he got sick, and then he withdraws, and then the next day he's dead. Yeah, something's not right.
And you hate to speculate in any way, right? Obviously, this day and age, over the past couple of years, anytime an athlete kind of in the prime of their life passes away, there's going to be people that speculate about why that may have happened. But since there are so many other things involved, like the history of alcoholism, the mental health problems, the fact
he had
that
a dark past,
a really dark past that he had struggled to overcome and still struggled with. Could any of that play a factor or maybe be the cause? That's a question. But I did want to listen to a couple guys that know him and had played with them talk about it. And it's a little bit heartbreaking to watch, but I did want to let these guys get their voices heard here. Here's Webb Simpson.
At my home club when Grayson was probably 8 years old, maybe 9. And he was the first winner of the Webb Simpson Challenge Junior Tournament that I've had for 14 years. And so, when you hear news like that over the phone, you don't think it's real at first. And,
I'm going to stop it right here because before the stream, I had speculated to John, and the reason I'm putting these caveats in there is I speculated that Grayson Murray, because of these dark things, could have taken his own life. There is breaking news. This was 2 minutes ago. Just in, the parents of PGA Tour golfer Grayson Murray have confirmed that their son took his own life. Murray took his life after he withdrew on Friday during the second round. We'd like to thank the PGA Tour and the entire world of golf for the outpouring of support. Life wasn't always easy, and although he took his own life, we know he rests peacefully now.
Wow, you were right, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was my gut feeling, and I can't tell you why I had that gut feeling. The way it was being reported, that's just the way it came off to me, and now we have confirmation of that, which just makes the whole thing that much more devastating. You never know. People can be, and seemingly they can feel like there's nothing wrong with them, like they're good, that they're the prime of their life and their career. He had a fiance. Thankfully, I guess he did not have children, but God, that is just brutal and very, very sad to hear.
Yeah, I knew something was off, man. You just don't get sick and at a golf tournament saying, all right, I'm pulling out, and then you just died in that state. Yeah. And he had just like overcame stuff like in January. I believe he got out of rehab, or he had overcome alcoholism back in January, and things are looking good for him. Then now, bam. But you know what? When I was in the Navy, I had a guy on my ship. His brother actually moved to Virginia with him, and his brother, man, had a very, very dark past. He was actually addicted to, I believe, like heroin. Remember that show Intervention? They came on TV. I actually was out the Navy. Then I was like, wait a minute, hold on, I know that guy. And then I reached out to his brother. I was like, yeah, I saw the whole thing. He said, don't believe it. He's worse than ever. And then eventually he took his own life. He made a post on Facebook like saying goodbye, and then I'm assuming he took his own life. I don't know for sure, but it was pretty devastating.
Yeah, you never know what might be going on with different people, regardless of what demons you feel they may have conquered. People hide stuff. People don't want to talk about stuff sometimes. I did want to go on and continue to let this play out. One of the reasons I felt this happen was because of some of the way the players had reacted. I felt like the players knew something that we didn't because of the way they were reacting. We'll let Webb Simpson kind of continue on here.
You hear the emotion coming from our swing coach, and then you realize it's real.
I didn't even know Grayson all that well, but I spent the last 2 days with him, and it's so funny. We get so worked up out here about, bad break here or good break there. Look. We're so competitive out here. We all want to beat each other. And then something like this happens, and you realize we're all just humans.
And so again, that's one of the reasons when I saw that yesterday, I really, really just felt like there was something more than just him passing away suddenly. Sad story. And a reminder to everybody to check up on your friends for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Horrible, man.
Oh, that's rough.
Yep.
So, and that came basically as we started streaming, I think, is when that came out. And as I pulled up Twitter, as we were letting that video play, it's one of the first things I saw. So there's the confirmation. Very, very sad.
Yeah.